Speaker number 3. Look, he just wants to get up in front of you guys today. No specific topic, nothing planned. But since the schedule has been a little bit busy, Daniel's going to go out on a limb and what? Water his garden? I don't know. He's going to talk about something interesting. Trust him, fellow Toastmasters. Please help me welcome our past president, Daniel Ferreira.
Thank you. No lecture. Power corrupts. Absolute power corrupts. That's a phrase you probably heard before, but what does it mean? Fellow Toastmasters, DTM Nick Smith, Lisa Coombs, and guests. I recently read a very good memoir of somebody that did not want to get this book published. A book that was actually written to himself, that again, he did not want it to be published. A man of great philosophical mindset. A man that had everything. With a snap of his finger, he can have whatever woman he wants, whatever alcohol he wants by the boatload, and any material thing your heart could possibly desire. Now, if you think that this man doesn't exist, well, he did. He was a Roman emperor. His name was Marcus Aurelius. Marcus Aurelius had one philosophy. Well, he had many, but one that mostly resonated with me was, why be querulous? Did I get that right? Why be angry? Why be mad? Why be anything? You see, Marcus Aurelius had the chance to be and have anything he wants, be angry, be lustful, be anything he wanted, yet he chose not to. And he was a fair emperor. If somebody came in to judge, and he needed to judge them, he judged them fair. If somebody complained, he took pity on that person. And the reason he did is because there was no equal to him. He had no friends. He was perpetually whistling in the graveyard. Why? Because, like I said, he had no friends, he had no equals. Everybody that always came to see him always needed something from him. And when you have everything, your belly's full, you own virtually the whole world, or what the known world is. And like I said, you have all the pleasures of the world. Just having another item, another house, another whatever, doesn't mean much to you. And he took solitude in just being a stoic. Now, what does stoicism mean? What does it mean to you?
Someone resilient, strong, brave.
Exactly. Now, he had all these opportunities to do bad and be bad. And most of the emperors before him were actually very decent. Not terrible, but the emperors after him weren't that great. Thus the fall of the Roman Empire. And as he is writing to himself, because again, he is a lonely man and there are no equals, and he doesn't want this to be published to anybody, he makes very valid points. Some of them is, why be angry at everybody? Why? Because he knows that people are inclined to do little things like cheat on their taxes, cheat on their spouse, do little things like steal little things from it. And he took to himself, why be angry at those people? It doesn't matter much. Many of the speeches today that we heard kind of have that element to it. You can say positive thinking, you can say working on yourself, you can say whatever you want. But if Marcus Aurelius was here today and you would pity him, or you would say that you'd pity him, don't pity him because he would pity you. Even though he had everything he wanted, he was still a very lonely man. Like I said, whistling in the graveyard. When you take this story and you try to put yourself into it, you can derive many different conclusions. One of them can be, if you are going to die one day, why does it matter? Actually, that's one of Marcus Aurelius' points in his memoirs. He pretty much mentions that your name is going to be forgotten in about 4 generations. Now, obviously, Marcus Aurelius to this day was speaking about him. He was a great man. And you can call him a great man, but as a Stoic, he wouldn't even consider himself a great person because he had all these desires, a man that had everything. The other thing that you can actually take some point and apply it to your lives, apart from not feeling pity for yourself, is another quote that he does mention. I'm going to paraphrase it is, all men suffer, but not all men whine about it. What does it mean?
All men suffer. Some complain about it, and some actually do something about whatever's ailing them.
That's great. Yes. So Marcus Aurelius also had a very Stoic philosophy, just like Aristotle. Aristotle taught by asking questions, and he never really answered. And by asking questions and not giving the answer to his audience, he made you dig into your own soul and bring the questions out of it, whatever that answer could be. Everybody has a different answer to that. It could mean anything. But the last thing that I'll leave you guys with is, if you just stop and think about how great Marcus Aurelius was, and you can think about certain things that you can actually apply to your life, because there are many. And I'm only giving you one dimension of it because I only have 5 to 7 minutes. But if you take one thing for today's speech is, think about what you're whining and why some men continue to whine and some men don't. So fellow Toastmasters, when you're complaining or querulous, fellow Toastmaster,